fabric, and last lecture we studied about how fabric is obtained from fiber, and there is a variety of fabric found in cloth shop. And Paheli and Bujo they won some money from the science quiz competition, and they wanted to buy some clothes, and they goes to a clothes shop for buying clothes. And then they see that there are so many kinds of fabric present in the clothes shop. Also there are so many kinds of fabric in the clothes shop. And in activity 1 we studied about that. This is a large view of fabric, and in the fabric there is so much less threads. And in activity 2 we studied about the yarns, how yarns is obtained from fabric. And in activity 3 we studied about the how fiber is obtained from the yarn. And in last lecture we studied about the what is the difference between natural fiber and synthetic fiber. So there are two types of fiber. First one is natural fiber, and second is synthetic fiber. What do you mean by natural fiber? The fiber which are obtained from plants and animals are called natural fibers. The fiber which are obtained from plants and animals are called natural fiber. An example of natural fibers are cotton and jute. Cotton and jute are example of natural fibers. And what do you mean by synthetic fiber? The fiber made from chemicals are called synthetic fiber. The fiber which are made from chemicals are called chemical fiber. And what do you mean by natural fiber? The fiber which are obtained from plants and animals are called natural fiber. What are the examples of natural fiber? Wool and silk. And wool and silk is obtained from animals. And next is how silk is obtained. Silk is obtained from the silkworm. So what are the example of natural fiber? Cotton, jute, wool, and silk fiber. Cotton and jute are obtained from plants, and wool and silk are obtained from animals. How wool is obtained? Wool is obtained from the sheep or goat. Or how silk is obtained? Silk is obtained from the silkworm. So there are four kinds of natural fiber: cotton, jute, wool, and silk. Cotton and jute are obtained from plants, and wool and silk are obtained from animals. In last lecture, we studied about the topic cotton. So this is a topic cotton, some plant fibers. Have you have you ever made wicks of oil lamps? When we use oil lamps, then we made wicks for the oil lamps. What do you use for making these wicks? Which material we use for making wicks? And this is the thread we use in the wicks. This cotton wool is also used for filling quilts or pillows. So these cotton material is also used for the wicks, and this cotton wool is also used in the pillows and quilts. So when we use wicks in oil lamps, then which type of material we use? We use cotton wool. In the oil lamps for making wicks, we use cotton wool. And what is the another use of cotton wool? It is also used to make quilts or pillows. So next is take some cotton wool, pull it apart and look at its edges. What do you observe? The small thin strands that you see are made up of cotton fiber. So firstly, you take some cotton wool and then separate it and look at its edges. So firstly, you have to take some cotton wool and you have to pull it apart and you have to separate it and look at its edges. Then what will we observe? The small thin strands. And then these strands and these thin threads are made up of cotton fibers. So what is the experiments? Firstly, you have to take some cotton wool and you have to separate these cotton wool and then look its edges. Then what will we observe? The thin strands we see in the cotton wool are made up of cotton fiber. So what do you mean by cotton? And the material used in the oil lamps and used in quilts and pillows is cotton. The material used in quilts and pillow is cotton. So you have to take some cotton wool and firstly you have to separate the cotton wool, and then then what will we observe? The thin strands that you see are made up of cotton fiber. So these thin strands are made up of cotton fiber. So uh, first material is wicks in oil lamps, and second is quilts or pillows. And then the thin strands that we use are made up of cotton fiber. Where does this cotton wool come from? How cotton wool can be obtained? And where it is present? So it is grown in the fields. So it is grown in the fields by the process of agriculture. Today, cotton plants are usually grown at place having black soil and warm climate. So cotton is produced where black soil is present and warm climate is present. Can you name some states of country where cotton is grown? So cotton can be grown in the place where black soil is present and having warm climate. So there are two question arises here. How cotton wool is obtained? Cotton wool is obtained in the fields. Cotton wool is obtained in the fields. It is grown in the fields. And where it is grown? The place having black soil and warm climate. In this place, cotton wool is grown. Can you name some states of our country where cotton is grown? Yes, the fruit of the cotton plants, cotton balls are about the size of lemon. So the size of cotton balls is similar to the size of lemon. So these are the figure 3.6. These are the field of cotton plants, and this look like a snow, and this is a cotton plant, and the fruits of cotton plants are called cotton balls. So this is a cotton plant, and the fruit of the cotton plant is called cotton balls. And the size of cotton ball is of lemon. And the size of cotton ball is very similar to the size of lemon. When cotton ball mature means when they fully develop, then the balls burst open and the seeds can be seen in the cotton fiber. So how cotton is obtained? Cotton is obtained in the fields, and they are grown at a place where black soil and warm climate is present, and this is found in the countries where black soil is present. And and when the cotton plant grows, when the fruits of cotton plant is called cotton balls, and these cotton ball looks like a lemon as shown in the figure 3.6. This cotton plant look like a cotton ball, and when they fully develop, then the ball burst out, and the seeds comes out with the cotton fiber, and these can be seen in the fields. Have you ever seen a cotton field that is ready for picking? It look like a field covered with the snow. So these field of cotton plant look like a snow. S- So these field of cotton plant look like a field covered with the snow. So from these balls, cotton is usually picked by hand. So this is the cotton balls, and we have to separate cotton, and this can be done with the help of our hands. And fibers are then separated from the seeds by combing. Then we use comb to separate seeds from the fibers. So, or then this process is called ginning of cotton. And in the old days, this was done by the hand, but nowadays machine can be used for this process. So firstly, you have to, what do you mean by cotton? What is a cotton material and where cotton can be used? In the wicks of oil lamps, in the quilts, and in the pillows, we use cotton wool. And how can it be obtained? And where it can be obtained? And these can be obtained in the fields. It is grown in the fields. Cotton is grown in the fields. And where it can be, where in which places it is grown? It is grown in the places having black soil and warm climate. It develop only in the black soil and having warm climate. So there are so many states of country in which black soil and warm climate is present, and then in that places cotton is grown. How cotton plant, how this can be grown? Firstly firstly this cotton balls develop, and when these develop and these burst out, when these burst out, and the in the ball seeds is also present, then the seed covered with cotton fiber can be seen. Then these balls burst, then the seeds and fiber can be seen. And this field looks like a field with the snow. These cotton plant look like a snow field. And next is when from these bowl, when cotton is picked by hand, we can use the method of hand picking for getting cotton. And then how can fiber and seeds can be separate? We use comb for this process. Fibers and seeds can be separated with the help of comb, and this process is called ginning of cotton. In old days, we use hand, but nowadays, for the process of ginning, machines are be used. Figure 3.7 is the process ginning of cotton. They are using he is using comb for the process of ginning. What is the ginning of cotton? The fibers are separated from the seeds. Cotton fibers are separated from the seed, and this is done with the help of comb, and this process is called ginning of cotton. So again, I am repeating, what do you mean by cotton? The wicks of oil lamps, and in the quilts and in the pillows, we use a material, and that material is called cotton. So firstly, you have to take some cotton wool, and we have to separate it. And these thin strands in the cotton wool are made up of cotton fiber. So these all cotton we use in the quilts or pillows are made up of cotton fiber. And where does it come from? Where does it cotton wool comes from? It is grown in the fields having black soil and having a warm climate. Or firstly we have to grow cotton balls. And what do you mean by cotton balls? The fruits of the cotton plant are called cotton balls, and these looks like a lemon. When they mature, the burst open. When they mature, the balls burst open, and seeds covered with the cotton fiber can be seen. When they mature, the balls burst open, and the seeds covered with cotton fiber can be seen. When the fruits of the cotton balls, the fruits of the cotton balls look like a lemon, and when they mature, these burst open, and the seeds covered in the cotton fiber can be seen. And how cotton is obtained? It is obtained in the fields and it is grown in the black soil and warm climate. And when the fruits of the cotton plant and the fruits of cotton plant looks like a lemon, when they mature, these burst open and the seeds covered with cotton fiber can be seen. So this is a cotton ball shown in the figure 3.6. What do we mean by cotton ball? The fruits of cotton plant is called cotton balls. When they burst out, the cotton fiber and seeds can be seen, and seeds and fiber can be separated by the process of ginning. Seeds and fiber can be separated with the help of comb or either with the help of machines. Seeds and cotton fiber are separated either with the help of hands or comb or with the help of machine. And this process is called ginning of cotton. Uh, Next topic is jute. And what do we mean by jute fiber and how jute can be obtained? Jute or fiber is obtained from the stem of the jute plant. So how jute plant is obtained? Jute fiber is obtained from the stem of the jute plant. This is the jute plant, figure 3.8. This is the jute plant and jute fiber is obtained from the stem of the jute plant and it is grown in the rainy season. In India, they are mainly grown in the West Bengal, Bihar and Assam. So jute fiber is obtained from the stem of the jute plant. Figure 3.8 shows the jute plant and this is the stem. It is obtained from the stem of jute plant and it is cultivated in rainy season and they are grown mostly in the West Bengal, Bihar and Assam. So then how jute plant is or jute fiber is obtained? Firstly, we take jute plant and the stem of the harvested plant and immersed in the water for a few days. Firstly, we will take jute plant and then jute plant is immersed in the water. When the jute plant is immersed in the water for a few days, the stems, root and fibers are separated by hand. Then how jute is obtained? Jute is obtained from the stem of the jute plant and it is cultivated during the rainy season. In India, jute is mainly grown in the West Bengal and Assam and Bihar. Then jute plant is normally harvested when it is grown in the at the flowering stage. So when how jute is obtained? Jute is obtained from the stem of the jute plant. So jute fiber is obtained from the stem of the jute plant and it is grown in the during the rainy season and it is mainly grown in the West Bengal and it is mainly grown in the Bihar and Assam. So how jute plant is obtained? Jute plant is firstly we take jute plant and its stem and this stem is immersed in a water for a few days and then these stems completely immersed in the water and the fibers are separate. Then the fibers of jute are separated by hands. Then how jute is obtained? Jute is obtained from the jute fiber is obtained from the jute plant and it is grown in the rainy season and it is mainly grown in the West Bengal, Bihar and Assam. And jute plant is harvested in the flowering stage and the stem of harvested plant is immersed in the water for a few days and the stem does not when the stems rot completely then its fiber are separated with the help of hand. How jute is obtained? Jute is obtained from the stem and figure 3.8 shows the figure of jute plant. This is a jute plant. We use stem of the jute plant and then we take these jute plant and keep it in the water. After keeping it in the water and after keeping this stem into the water, when it is after keeping these stem into the water, when these rot completely in the water, then its fiber are separated. So jute fiber is obtained from the jute stem, jute plant stem. So It is grown especially in the west, mainly in the West Bengal, Bihar, and Assam. And it is harvested, it is cultivated during the rainy season. So how jute fiber is obtained? Jute fiber is obtained from the jute plant, and jute plant is grown in the it is cultivated only in the rainy season. And where jute is grown, jute plant is grown in the especially in the West Bengal, Bihar, and Assam. Jute plant is obtained. And firstly, we take stem of jute plant, and then we put these stem into the water. When these completely immersed in the water and rot completely, and then its fiber are separated from the jute stem, and this can be done with the help of our hands. And this is to make fabric. All these fibers are first converted into the yarns, and how it is done. So this is the yarn, making yarn from the cotton, and this is the field of cotton plants, and this is the greening process, and this is the how jute can be obtained from the jute fiber. How jute fiber is obtained from the jute plant. Jute fiber is obtained from the jute plant either with the help these are grown in the rainy season, and they are specially grown in the West Bengal, Bihar, and Assam. And firstly, we'll take jute plant, and it is immersed in the it is specially immersed in India. Jute is grown in the West Bengal, Bihar, and Assam. Firstly, we'll take jute stem, and it is immersed in the water for a few days, and after immersing in the immersed for a few days, the stems does not rot completely, and the fiber are separated by hands. To make fabric, all these fiber first converted into yarn. So we get fiber of cottons and fiber of jute, and and then fiber is made. And to make fabric, all these fiber firstly you have to convert into yarns. So we have to make fabric, and fibers are obtained, and from the fibers we have to convert these all fibers into yarn. From these yarn we have these yarns is converted into the fabric. So, and how this process goes on? Spinning cotton yarn. You can try taking making cotton yarn yourself. So we can make cotton yarn at your home. So how jute fiber is obtained, how cotton fiber is obtained? Then we have to convert all these fiber into the yarns. And this is the activity 4. Hold some cotton wool in our hand. Pinch some cotton between the thumb and forefinger of the other hand. Now gently start pulling out the cotton while continuously twisting the fiber. Are you able to make a yarn? And this process of making yarn from fiber is called spinning. So what do you mean by what do you mean by spinning? The process of making yarn from the fibers is called spinning. What is the activity for? Firstly, you have to take some cotton wool, and you have to put cotton wool in our hand, and then we have to separate this cotton wool, and these can be separated with our hands. Now gently start pulling out the cotton, and while continuously twisting. So we have to twist this cotton wool, and this is the figure 3.9. And we have cotton wool. We are twisting it with the help of our hands. We are twisting these cotton fiber, and these are converted into the yarn when we twist it with our hands. Are you able to make yarn? Yes. The process of making yarn from fiber is called spinning. So the process of making yarn from the fiber is called spinning. And figure 3.9 is the process of making yarn of cotton from the cotton fiber. Firstly, we take some cotton in our hands, and then we twist it, and then by twisting, yarn of cotton is obtained. And this process is called spinning. In this process, fibers from a mass of cotton wool are drawn out and twisted, and these and this is the process of making yarn. Firstly, we take some cotton in our hands, and then we twist these. When we then twist this yarn, and when we twist this yarn, and these make the yarn from the cotton fiber, and this can be done with the help of our hands. A special device using for spinning is a hand spindle, and it is called takli. So for the spinning, a simple device used for spinning is a hand. When we use our hands for spinning, and this is called takli. And another operated device used for the spinning is charkha. First method is for by using hands. We can use spinning, and for the second method is we can use charkha for the spinning. Use of charkha was popularized by Mahatma Gandhi as part of the independence movement. He encouraged people to wear clothes made up of homespun yarn and shun imported clothes made in the mills of Britain. So this Mahatma Gandhi used the charkha for the spinning. Then he makes a fiber from this charkha, and in this way, and spinning can be done. So spinning can be done either with the help of our hands, either with the help of charkha. He encouraged people to wear clothes made of homespun yarn and shun imported clothes made in the mills of Britain. So in the old days, Mahatma used charkha, and then he encouraged people to wear clothes made up of homespun yarn, and spinning of yarn on a large scale is done with the help of spinning machine. When spinning is done at a larger level, then it can be done also with the help of machines. And then after spinning, yarns are obtained. And after then when yarn is obtained, we have to convert yarn into the fabric. Firstly, we take how fiber is obtained. From this fiber we obtain yarn, and from this yarn we obtain fabric. How spinning can be done, how yarn is obtained. The process of making yarn from the fiber is called spinning, and these can be done with the help of two processes. First is with the help of our hands, or next is either with the help of charkha. First method is by hands. A special device for the spinning is a hand, and this can be done. This is also called takli. And another method is using of charkha. And first method is by using hand, and this is called takli, and second method is using charkha. And third method is using spinning machine. When it is done on a large scale, can be either with the help of this can be done with the help of a spinning machine. So it can be done either with the help of our hands, and either with the help of charkha, or either with the help of spinning machine. So in this way, yarns are obtained. Next topic is how fabric is obtained from yarn. So there are two processes from which fabric is obtained from the yarn. Two main processes. First process is weaving, and second process is knitting. So there are two processes from which fabric is obtained from the yarn. And what do you mean by weaving? In activity 2, you might have noticed that a fabric is made up of two sets of yarn arranged together, and the process of arranging two sets of yarn together to make a fabric is known as weaving. When we have two yarns and arrange two yarns together, and this says us that these can be converted into fabric, and this process is called weaving. Suppose we have two papers. First is red paper and second is blue paper. Then we insert one paper into another, so that a fabric is obtained, and this process is called weaving. In this we set two yarns into together, and these converted into the fabric, and this is called weaving. weaving. And this is the activity 5 for the weaving. Firstly, we take two sheets of different first color, suppose we take red, and second color, suppose we are taking blue. Cut square pieces of length and width equal to 30 centimeter from each sheet, and now fold both the sheets into half as shown in the figure. This is the two sheets of different colors, and two different sheets of different colors. These are the two sheets, and when we both the sheets along the dotted lines, and then we unfold then in this way weaving can be done. So we have two papers. First is red paper and second is blue paper. When uh, the uh, weaving weaving can be done with the help of these paper. When we cut square of 50 centimeter, and then we insert one into another as shown in the figure C. And this is the weaving with the paper strip, and these can be either done with the help of strip, and the weaving can be done with the paper strip as shown in the figure. Cut both the sheets along the dotted lines and then unfold. Weave the strip one by one through the cuts in the sheet of paper as shown in the figure. Figure 3.12d shows the pattern after weaving all the strips. So you have to cut both the sheet along the dotted lines. This is this. So in this way, with the help of paper, we can done weaving. This is shown in the figure 3.12. Cut both the sheet along the dotted line and then unfold. Weave the strip one by one through cuts in the sheet of paper as shown in the figure. So this is the figure A of different papers or different colors, and then we make square of 50 centimeter, and we insert one paper into another as shown in the figure C, and then finally we obtain paper D. And this is the process of weaving, and these can be done with the help of different color papers. So next is, in a similar manner, two sets of yarn are woven to make a fabric. So in this in this way, when yarns are woven, and this in this way fabric is obtained, and yarns are much thinner out our paper strip, of course. And weaving can be done on the loom. So looms can be obtained with the help when weaving is done. So weaving of fabric is done on the looms. So weaving of the fabric is done on the looms. And the looms can be either hand operated or either can be power operated. And the looms can be hand of the power operated. So this is the 3.13 hand loom. This is in the a similar manner, just like in on the case we are using with the paper, and two sets of yarn are are mixed with in the process of hand loom, and the yarn are thinner than a paper strip. This is the big difference between when we are using paper and we are using yarn. The yarns are much thinner as compared to our paper. So weaving of the fabric is done on the looms as shown in the figure 13.13. So weaving can be done either on the looms or either with the help of papers. The looms are either hand operated or power operated. So these can be with the also power operated machine. So how weaving can be done? What do you mean by weaving? When we take two different set of yarns and then we mix two set of yarn to make fabric, and this is called weaving. And how weaving can be done? We do processes. We take two sheet of different colors, cut square pieces of length 30 centimeter, and we fold both the sheet into the half. And just like shown in the figure, in figure A and B, we take two sheets of different, suppose we color of a color red and blue, and this is the different color sheets. And in the figure B, we in the figure in the next figure, in the figure C, we are inserting one into we are inserting another, and then in this figure, finally sheet is obtained. So the finer fabric way weaving can be done. Weaving can be done with the help of papers, paper strips, and another process. In the paper with the help of weaving when we weave the strip when we weave the strip in the when we weave the strip one by one through the cuts in the sheet of paper, then this was the pattern after weaving all the strips. So this is the hand loom, and in this way weaving can be done. And next is knitting. We have studied what do you mean by knit, and knitting can be you female sweater for making these sweaters, and this is the process of knitting. Have you ever pulled out the yarn from a torn pair of socks? Once that's continuously as the fabric until socks and any clothes item are made by knitting fabric. So knitting is either done by a hand or also on the machine. So this is the process of knitting, the process of making, and these can be done with the help of our hands as shown in the figure 3.14, and other with the help of machines. So there are two methods for the knitting. First method is by using machines, and second method is machine, and second method is by using our hands. Weaving and knitting are used for fabric, and these fabrics are used for a variety of items. So there are two processes, weaving and knitting. And what do we mean by weaving and what do we mean by knitting? In this phenomena, we use two different papers or different colors, and in the next process we use knitting, and knitting can be done with the help of the help of our hands or either with the help of machines. Any query regarding this chapter? 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 Up to knitting, regarding this chapter? And regarding this chapter? Any query regarding this chapter? Any query regarding this chapter? Any query regarding this chapter? Please query. Students, any question?